Hello, 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 my miraculous friend. Welcome to day number 9 of the Magnify Your Miracles Journal 9-day challenge. It is day 9. You made it. Congratulations. Today, we're going to be focusing on how to do the day 9 review and check in and see if there's anything that you need to change. Please let me know where you're joining from, whether you're here for the first time or you've been here the whole time. I always love to know where people are joining us from. And I'm happy to take your questions and give you feedback and help you in any way. Again, you guys have been doing so amazingly well. I've been loving reading your comments, getting the feedback, being able to answer your questions. It's so much easier than you think to magnify your miracles. It's so much easier. The biggest challenge is getting beyond our mind telling us that it's hard and I can't do it and it won't work for me. But if you show up and you do the practices and you really are focusing on what you want, the universe has to respond to you. It's a law. It happens for everybody. It's like the rain. The rain does not discriminate. The law does not discriminate. If you don't already have your beautiful journal, I'm going to show you where you can get your journal right here. You can get your copy of the Magnify Your Miracles Journal at the time of the recording. You can get this in print like this. I love paper. Or you can get it digital. And it's $22 for the digital. It's $44 for the print. At this time, the time that I'm recording this, in January of 2025. And whatever you do, however it works for you, you can make it work and start using these practices because they are so amazing. All right. So before we do anything, let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths together. Breathing in the energy of expansion, breathing out anything you no longer need. And just tuning into that feeling in this moment of all that you've done and this life, this miraculous life that you have created. And feeling the truth is that it's already here. Feeling that energy of, oh my goodness, it's already here. All of my goals are already here. And as you're feeling that energy, that gratitude, that sense of peace, of joy, whatever it is, we are sending out a powerful intention to the universe. And by law, the universe has to respond to our vibration. So we know that whatever we're focusing on is exactly what's going to be happening. So let's take one more deep breath together in gratitude. And we can begin. All right, my friend. Well, here we are, day number 9. We've been doing our 4 daily practices, what I call the core 4 practices to help you magnify your miracles. And I set up the Magnify Your Miracles journal in 9-day increments. So there's 6 9-day increments over the course of the 54 days. And if you take a look at the progress that you've made so far, imagine what's going to happen if you give yourself the gift of continuing. And I hope that you do. I won't be here live with you in this format, but you can find me here in my YouTube channel. You can also find me in the Facebook group that is specifically for the Magnify Your Miracles Journal and the Magnify Your Miracles podcast, where we are going to be encouraging you and supporting you in doing these practices and really helping you to magnify your miracles, whatever they might be. So just for review, in case you're coming and joining us for the first time, those 4 core practices are: we start with gratitude, and we do our gratitude practice in a very special way. We start with gratitude, then we focus on our goals from a place of gratitude, and then we take a look at what's not working so well in our lives. If there's anything we want to shift or change, we do the revision process. I'm going to talk a little bit about the revision process. And then we track our evidence, which is so important. So let me tell you a little bit more about how we're doing it. And then we're going to get into the day 9 check-in. So we do our gratitude practice, being grateful for what we have in our lives right now. We write down at least 3 things that we're grateful for that are presently in our lives. You want to do something different every day, so you have a different thing, so you're not going the same 3 things over and over again. This is to help you get into the habit of appreciating how miraculous your life already is and how blessed you already are. And we do it with the word because. So we write We write the energy of what it is that we're wanting. And I mean, what it is that we're grateful for. And then we write because. When you write the word because, you really get into the energy of this is why I'm so grateful. And it helps to bring up the emotion. And the emotion is what makes the whole thing work. Once we're in the place of gratitude, then we move into working on our goals, but we write them from the perspective of they're already here. So whatever your goals are, you pick your top 3 goals. You can pick less if you want. I recommend 3 so you don't scatter your energy. And we write thank you, thank you, thank you. And then from there, we write whatever it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, that you already have whatever your goal is, or you already are, or you've already achieved or experienced whatever that is. And then we go to the revision process. I recommend you do it at the end of the day, but you can do it whenever it works for you. And that process is all about taking something that you don't feel good about. It could be an anxiety. It could be a worry. It could be anything along those lines that you don't really feel great about. And you really want to dissipate that energy. So you rewrite it as if it's happened the way you want it to happen. So if you had a fight with somebody, or maybe your boss yelled at you, you rewrite that incident so that it happened the way you want, so that you can release those emotions that are holding you back. And what you're doing is you're not only healing that, but you're telling the universe moving forward that this is how I'm wanting my life to be. And then we track our evidence. And you guys have given me so much evidence this week of things shifting for you so fast. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do day 9. And if you look in your journal, grab my journal. So every 9 days, you get to check in and reflect on your journey. Okay. Now you can do more than this, but I put this in here. And the 4 things that we're going to do, you can notice that I like the number 4. What's been your biggest insight? What evidence stands out the most so far? Do you need to change or tweak your goals? And what are you going to do today to celebrate? And notice that I left a lot of room for you to put, what are you going to do today to celebrate? Because I feel like we don't really celebrate ourselves enough. So however you did, I'm going to encourage you to reflect on, how did you show up? So for the first 9 days, just the fact that you showed up. Now, maybe you missed a day or whatever. I want you to kind of take a look at that and see like, what did anything get in my way? Did I not prioritize doing the practice? Is there a part of me that doesn't quite believe in the practice? Just kind of take a look and see, how did I really show up? Did I show up 100% for myself? So what's been your biggest insight? What has been the biggest insight? What have you noticed? What have you noticed about your gratitude? What have you noticed about your goals? What have you noticed about doing the revision process? What have you noticed even in your evidence? Like, what have you noticed about yourself? Somebody said yesterday that one of the things that she noticed is she was making really small goals, that she wasn't willing to, or she wasn't aware that she was making really small goals, and that she was kind of keeping her life a little bit small. And I think it's because she didn't want to be disappointed, which everybody can probably relate to that. But we want to remember that the universe is responding to your energy. So what has been your biggest insight? You want to take a look at that. And then the next question is, of all the evidence, which is the one that stands out the most? Now, pay attention to this, because evidence is so important. Your mind is going to tell you that's a coincidence. What a synchronicity. This came out of the blue. It's going to try to discount, and it's going to try to minimize what you're doing. And it's going to try to convince you that what's happening is it just happens to be, it's not coming through you. And whenever I see, it's like when people tell me, this thing came out of the blue, I always say, it didn't come out of the blue. It came out of you. It came out of you. It came out of what you're doing. It came out of your energy and your intention and your focus. So when things start to shift, and I've been seeing people having a lot of things shifting, this is the important thing. You track it so that you can look back at it and your mind doesn't say, well, that's a coincidence, because it's not a coincidence. What's happening is you're changing your frequency and the universe is dancing with you. So you want to track that. And then, do you need to tweak or change your goals? Now, we've been talking about this during the week, People have been asking me a lot of questions about goals, like do I rotate my goals? I say stay focused on the same goals until you manifest them. So either you manifest them or you realize, no, that's not my goal. So for the person who said yesterday, oh, I'm keeping my goals really, really small, you might want to tweak them and say, are these really the goals that I feel excited about? How do you know? So when you check in with yourself, you want to look for a couple of things. Is my goal something that I feel a lot of enthusiasm for? I'm feeling really, energized about it. Or the other thing to look for is, am I picking a goal that is a means to another goal? So in other words, if maybe you're wanting to be healthy or something like that, and you pick the goal of like, my goal is to lose 10 pounds or something like that. Well, is it that you're wanting to lose the 10 pounds, or you're wanting to lose the 10 pounds so that you feel healthy and strong and energized and all that? Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to focus on that. You just want to make sure our mind is going to continue to tell us that we need to figure out how. We have to figure out how. We need to set goals that are all about how to do it. And the truth is, you don't have to do that at all. You don't have to do that at all. So I have a client of mine in my private practice, and she has been dealing with some health challenges. And she said to me, she's like, I've been feeling really anxious because I'm not able to do my normal marketing. I'm not able to do my normal things that I knew to make things happen. And I said, well, are you clear about the fact that you wanted some new clients? She's like, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to having some new clients. I just don't know how to get them. So I said, okay, let's bring you back. So focus on the fact that you love having these new clients. And that's what I want you to do your practice about: being grateful for these new clients. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my brand new clients. And she did. And lo and behold, a client that worked with her a couple of years ago called her, quote unquote, out of the blue, which we know it's not out of the blue, it's out of you, called her and said, hey, are you still open for business? Are you still doing your coaching practice or wherever it was she was offering? She's like, as a matter of fact, I am. And she got herself a new client without doing the marketing, without doing all those things. Now, I'm not telling you not to take action, because sometimes people can feel like, oh, do I just sit here and it's going to come to me? It's not about that. It's about focusing on the end. The universe will dance with you. The universe will bring you. If there's a step you're supposed to take, you'll get that inspiration. You'll get that thought of like, what's the next action to take? But you don't have to know what it is ahead of time. So when you're doing your goals, you don't want to be sitting there going, well, first I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this. You just want to focus on, if you're a musician, maybe your dream is to play at Carnegie Hall. Now, are you going to have a lot of things that you do to get you there? Absolutely. But in your mind, play Carnegie Hall. Be so grateful for Carnegie Hall being sold out, and that the audience is on their feet and giving you a standing ovation, and they invite you to come back again. That's what you want to do with your goals. Now, when we're taking a look at your goals, tweak them if you need to. If they don't feel aligned for you, go ahead and change them, and then go into the next 9 days with your goals changed a little bit. This process is helping you to reveal what's really important to you. And that's what we really want to do, is we want to help you be really honest about it, because we're taking a journey, a 54-day journey, even though today's day 9, and we're heading right to you. We're heading right to your heart chakra, the most sacred spot on earth. And then the last thing you want to do is, what am I going to do today to celebrate? Everything that we celebrate tends to attract more to us. So if we celebrate our wins, if we celebrate, and celebration can be that you are going to do something fun for yourself. Celebration could be you're going to let yourself relax a little bit. Whatever it is, be very intentional about, what am I going to do to celebrate? We tend to be in a little bit of a grind culture where we're like, just keep going, just keep going. But I want you to take this day, some part of this day, and do something that honors yourself. Do something fun, do something uplifting, do something to really acknowledge yourself and to really encourage yourself. And I would love for you to tell me what that is in the comments. Now, I'd like to answer one more question about revision that I got yesterday. So revision seems to be something people are having some challenges around. And there's really 2 ways that you can do it. So revision can be, there's something that's happened in the past that you have negative feelings about. So it could be, like I said, if you just do it from today, it could be an annoyance. It could be something happened where it left you not feeling good. And you can rewrite it exactly as you'd like it to be. You can also go way into the past and you can use revision. So maybe you had something that happened, like you didn't get into the school you wanted to get into, or maybe you wanted to be an athlete and you injured yourself or something like that. You can actually rewrite that as if it happened the way you wanted it to happen. And a lot of people will say to me, like, oh, but that doesn't really feel true and all that. If you have a lot of mental resistance around doing it, the other thing that you can do is you can revise it and writing that good things came from whatever that is that happened. So those are the two ways. You can do it either way. The point is you want to change how you feel about it. So you can look at it from the perspective of, well, this thing happened. Maybe I hurt my knee and I didn't get to be a professional basketball player like I wanted, but here's all the amazing things that came from that shift in my energy. You can do that. Or you can write it that you actually gave yourself that experience, that, yeah, you know what? I was a great basketball player and I had such a great time. And again, what you're trying to do is you're giving yourself the emotional thing that it needs to let it go. And so that you it's like calling your energy back to yourself. You call your energy back to yourself and be like, yeah, I'm going to own this. Now you might be thinking like, well, that's kind of weird. But here's the thing. In a quantum reality, there is a version of you that didn't hurt her knee and became a WNBA star. There is a version of you that didn't have whatever that thing happened, and this other amazing thing happened. So you're basically tuning into the vibration of the part of you that had that experience. So depends upon you how much you really want to play with this whole thing. If you want to allow yourself start to embody that energy, you can do that. All right, let me see if there are any other questions that people have. So Drew is here. Hello, Drew. So Drew, I think you might be new to the Magnify Your Miracles challenge, but he's asking, or she's asking, are you really a reverend? And I am Reverend Frances Faden. I am an interfaith minister, which means that I honor all paths and I focus on what we have in common rather than what separates us. So yes, I am definitely a reverend. So hope that helps you. All right, my friends, let me see if there's anything else that anybody has any other questions about. I don't think anybody else has posted any questions. So last thing I will say is, if you are wanting to be in this environment, in an environment with me, in an environment where people are magnifying their miracles, I invite you to think about joining the Magnify Your Miracles membership. So we have 2 calls twice a month. We have 2 calls a month. And this is a chance for you to be around like-minded people that are all doing this type of work of magnifying their miracles. We're here to encourage you. You have access to me, where I can coach you and to really help you shift your energy. Your environment is really, really important. So if you'd like to join us in the membership, we would love to have you. All right, my friends, I think that is it for today. So congratulations. Yay, you did it. I'm so, so proud of you. I encourage you to keep going, keep going for the whole 54 days and give yourself the habit of knowing that you can create whatever it is that you're wanting to create. I love you so much. God bless each and every one of you. And congratulations, you did it. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.